All right, this is another piece I found when I was cleaning out the shop, another unfinished project, so we're going to finish it up. I'm not sure on the species of wood, so if you know what it is, leave it below in the comments. Have some oil on it here in a little bit so you can see a little better. But what I'm going to do is resize this opening on it and put a threaded ring in it. And we're going to make a little rock-shaped box. So this piece here is about 1.75 inches tall and roughly 6 inches in diameter. And then we'll get that ring size set in it. So I'm going to do a couple more little shapes, kind of rock shapes, and stack them on top of this. So once you have your ring size set, or ring diameter and depth and everything, I ran through all the grits up to 600. So this part right here is flat, and then I just turned the lathe off and sanded the parts that are uneven. Yeah, you might remember years ago I did quite a few little rock boxes. I was kind of had a little kick for a while, but and then forgot about it and stuck it in the corner and then found it. So we're going to put the smaller jaws on the Easy Wood chuck here and expand those for the recess and get that foot turned off. Help support the companies that support our community. So I have a spindle gouge, lathe speed running probably 2,000, and we'll just get this foot taken off here, and then we can get the bottom of it all sanded up. And then we can move on to the first part of the lid. And congratulations, Robert. He won the Easy Wood tool a couple weeks ago, and we got that all mailed off to him. We'll have another giveaway, I believe, next week for another tool. So congratulations, Robert. Hope you enjoy it. Same process here. Just ran through all the grits up to 600. The smooth parts that were running true, I sanded with the lathe on and then turned it off to get the edges. Alright, so this is the lid. We're going to put a tenon on it. It has some just beautiful spalting in it, so I think it's going to look really nice on there. We'll get it trued up and then put a tenon on it. Tenon on one side so we can put it in the chuck, and then we'll make a tenon for the other part of the threaded ring. We're going to put the tenon for the ring down on this side. We'll get it sized, the inside there, mark it, and start working on that. And when you're doing recesses and tenons for the threaded rings, just take your time on those, go slow. It doesn't have to be, you know, a friction fit, but you do want it close, so just sneak up on it. And once we have that done, we can get the center all cleaned up and run through all the grits and get this sanded too. switch the jaws back, grab a hold of that tenon now, and shape the top of it. So on something like this, when it's like a rock box, this isn't hollow, so it doesn't matter. On the base, I hollowed that out, and then I started carving or sanding on the sides of it, and just kind of kept an eye on the depth. But with this, it's not hollow, so you can shape it any way you want. As I was sanding on this one, I was kind of thinking about it. I was trying to make it look like a rock, but every rock is different, so no matter what, it could look like a rock. So get the chuck off, get the sanding pad on, and so I put 80 grit on this to get the basic shape down, and I just did it all by hand. Just held it up there, got it flat, and then just kept working my way around it to give it a rock shape. So I am going to put another one on the top of this, so I did leave the top of it a little bit flat too. I didn't want it to be too off. And then the very top one I actually kind of domed up a little bit. But this one is flat on the top. So I just kept working on this. The 80 grit actually just takes it down really pretty quick. So kind of just play around with it, see what you like. And then once we had just the basic shape down, I put it back on the chuck using that tenon from the bottom and just hand sanded it, ran around all of it, ran through all the grits up to 600. All right, so this is going to be the top one here. So I'm drilling down into it so that I can use the worm screw on the chuck, and that way it'll have a hole in it so I can put a dowel between this one and the one we just finished here in a minute. And that way it just kind of locks them together, and you can line it up and spin it around whichever way you want once it's done. So with this one, got it trued up. And so I took a pair of calipers and went over to the lid that we just finished and just kind of undersized it from that. Just kind of set the calipers on it to see what size I wanted. So I do bring this down quite a bit here in a second with the calipers, so we can, because this right here is too big for it. We don't want it to cover it up. Or I don't know, maybe you do. Maybe that would look good too. So I just domed this over on the top. And at this point, I'm not trying to get a good finish or anything, because we're going to have to go back through and sand it all. So there's the calipers. We're going to bring it down to that diameter right there. Then we'll clean off all this material here. Then we'll run through the same process with this one, just kind of reshaping it so it looks more like a rock and not just a disc of wood. The middle piece was, I'm not sure what the bottom piece was, but the middle piece was spalted maple, and this one right here is maple burl. So I just left the worm screw on it, everything, just took it out of the chuck, held it all together like that. We'll get a 80 grit on there again, and just start coming in on the sides a little bit to give it an oval shape. Once I had that done, I'm going to bring down this material back here so I can get in there and sand. And I did kind of, when I part this off, I do kind of cup it out a little bit. So same process here, just ran through all the grits up to 600. But I cupped out the bottom of it a little bit so that when it sits down on the other one, it sits flat on it. But it might be kind of cool to kind of dome it out a little bit and then put that dowel in there to make it, give it a different look too. So now I'm going to use that hole that I drilled down through the center there and put one in the top of this one, and then a little dowel will go in there, a little bit of wood glue. And what I was saying earlier too, we'll put this on the other one, and then you can spin it around wherever you want to, you know, get the look you're going for before the glue sets up. We're going to get the rings put in, so a little bit of 5-minute epoxy on these. Just put it around in 5 or 6 spots around the outside of it, and then drop it down inside and spin it around so the epoxy gets all the way around, and then wipe off any excess that might have come out. Just get that cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll get I let this set up. We'll get the one on the lid too, but I let that set up for about 15 minutes. And then I came back out and mixed up a little bit more to do the tenon, because there was a specific spot I wanted the lid to stop on. So get that on there. And then we can thread the lid on, and it will spin on that tenon a little bit, so that you can spin the lid to wherever you want before the epoxy sets up. Then we'll just thread it on there. Spin it around to the spot you like. And don't touch it. I came back half an hour or so later and went ahead and put the walnut oil on. This is Doctor's walnut oil. And we'll get it all soaked down. Yeah, if you know what kind of wood that is, I thought it was redwood, but I just don't think it is. It doesn't quite look like it. It's not real heavy, but it does turn nice. So it's definitely a hardwood, but yeah, just not sure what it is. So on this, just make sure you don't get any of the oil down in the threads, because the walnut oil does dry and it will get sticky down in the threads. So I just took my time, and we'll flip it over here in a second and get the bottom of it with a Q-tip. Yeah, so when I'm doing the rings like this, I always just be careful, don't get it on the threads. So I just normally just do this, use a Q-tip for the bottom of the lid. There we go. It's all done. It's about 4 inches tall, about 6 inches diameter right here. So I just kind of sanded a little bit to give them a little bit off, shape, so they kind of look like rocks. But it's a fun project. Yeah, I'd done a bunch of these years ago, and then kind of moved on and found this piece when we were cleaning up and thought I would give it another try. But super fun project. If you do, please in the comments below let me know what kind of wood you think this is. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I thought it was redwood, but I just don't think so. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know what kind it is. So for those of you who are still here, I know I said earlier I was going to wait on the tool giveaway, but I know the audience starts to drop off as soon as I start talking, so I'll give all you guys a chance. We're doing another tool giveaway. That's the Easy Wood Finisher, the Pro Series. Leave in the comments below subscribed. Just write subscribed in your comment somewhere. Robin and I will pick a winner and get this mailed out to somebody else. So unless I know who you are, the only way I can get a hold of you is through responding to your comment on YouTube. So check back Monday. or Monday morning or Monday afternoon or something, and I will leave a comment in there to email me that you have won this, and I'll get your address and get it sent out. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody take care and have a great weekend. See ya.